I've promised Mom that I'll be nice. Last week she said, "This has to work, Elizabeth." After she'd bought him 2 new pairs of Levi's jeans and a 49ers cap, after she'd gotten a second TV for her bedroom and ordered the cable package with extra sports channels, after she'd moved Noah's crib out of her bedroom, she said in a whisper, her blue-green eyes dark and too wide, "It has to work this time." So I don't ask Terrence if one of his prison buddies inked it, or what he had to do in return, or what happened to the tattoo of his first wife's name. I don't cringe or gag at the thought of touching his bare skin. An older tattoo of a cross covers his right shoulder. This one the veiny blue-black you'd expect from Bic ballpoints and safety pins. "Isn't it beautiful?" Mom says, coming from the kitchen carrying a plate of pancakes. She widens her eyes at me and nods at Terrence. "Please," she mouths, her features tight. She says to Terrence, "Sit, babe." She rubs his back and pushes him into a chair, kisses his neck. "Eggs are coming." She busted out her big hoe ensemble yesterday when she went to pick him up. Low-cut V-neck green tank top, black miniskirt, and black strappy heels. This morning, she is wearing a new nightgown with major cleavage, and I think one of her giant boobs might pop out as she follows me into the tiny kitchen with her anxious twitchiness. Her eyes plead with me while she takes my bowl and says, "I'll do that for you, honey." She hasn't called me honey since I was 5. Go or you'll be late for school. I walk past Terrence and roll my eyes at his back as he shovels undercooked pancakes into his mouth. Mom watches me, her face strained, frozen in that imploring smile behind his head, and I sigh. She relaxes her face, her lips quivering as they descend. She knows me too well. "It's a pretty cool tattoo," I say, and she smiles. "Thank you," she mouths. I grab my backpack and head out the door. Rachel meets me for lunch at our spot by the dried-up fountain in the old courtyard near the parking lot. Blue tiles line the bottom of the pool, but it fills with brown and orange leaves as the gnarled oak trees go bare, and I brush some off the concrete edge before sitting. "Are you going to homecoming?" Rachel asks. I just look at her. "What?" she says, and pulls out her lunch. "It's our first high school dance." "Homecoming?" I lift one eyebrow at her. "Really?" I frown at the peanut butter on bread I slap together. Rachel hands me a fruit roll-up and some Cheetos. "I thought you might want to get out of your house for one night," she says, and takes a bite of the roast beef sandwich her dad made her. "My mom probably won't let me," I say. "You could ask," Rachel says. "If I can get her attention," I say. "Last night?" "You can try," she says, and scoots closer to me. "Come on, it'll be fun." Dances aren't really my idea of fun, I say. I doubt Mom will buy me a dress, and I don't want to find a date. At last year's dance, people just headbanged to Nirvana all night, I say. "But this is high school," Rachel says. "It's different now." I scrunch my nose in disbelief. She says, "For me?" I sigh. "Okay, I'll ask." She hugs me. "So what happened last night?" I open my mouth and she grabs my arm. "Oh, he got out last night. I'm so sorry. How was it?" As I tell her, deep gray clouds roll across the sun, and I pray it doesn't rain. I have to walk home. For 2 years, Terrence called our house almost every day after school. A mechanical voice said, "You have a collect call from an inmate at a California state prison." And we pushed 2 to accept the call and patched Terrence through to Mom at work on 3-way. I'm not sure what Mom told her coworkers at the abuse victims organization about her husband, but she writes grants to help women assaulted by men like Terrence, so I doubt anyone at her office knew the truth. Jaime discovered early on that if we held down the mute button after we clicked Terrence and Mom together, we could hear them talk and they had no idea. Jaime listened every day. "He always asks what she's wearing," she'd tell me. Or, "He gets jealous if she mentions another guy."